The army's boots echoed off canyon walls like war drums. Narrow, steep, and silent, the valley funneled them into a trap disguised as a path. Archers scanned the cliffs. Riders gripped spears. But there was no sign of life. No birds. No insects. Just the oppressive, breathless air. Then came the first sound. A single horn, unseen, unnatural, vibrating in their bones. And then the rocks exploded. Hidden catapults from ancient stone hollows hurled boulders down the cliffs, smashing men like dolls. The vanguard was gone in seconds. Screams echoed as shadows danced across the rocks above. Something was up there, fast, savage, and not human. Soldiers fought ghosts and dust. The valley, it seemed, was alive and hungry. Title: No Man Left Alive. The valley that swallowed an army. There's a valley so cursed, even maps dare not name it. Whispers call it the mouth of death. Generals call it nonsense. But 10,000 soldiers once marched in, and not one returned. It wasn't the terrain. It wasn't the weather. It was something else. The year was 1217, and Lord Valden, a brutal warlord, sought to crush a rebellion hiding within this very gorge. Scouts disappeared. Birds fled. The wind itself seemed to howl in warning. But Valden pressed forward. He believed in steel, not superstition. What waited beyond the rocks was no mere ambush. It was a nightmare written in blood. No one believed the last rider who fled in terror, until others vanished too, and the valley grew quiet again. Men died without seeing what killed them. Blades struck from smoke and vanished. One commander shouted orders, but his voice ended mid-sentence. Arrows rained from nowhere, but not crafted by any known tribe. Black shafts with bone tips pierced armor like paper. The fog thickened, choking lungs and minds alike. Horses bucked and fled into the stone walls, breaking their legs. Someone screamed, "They're not men," but no one could confirm what they were. Bodies disappeared as quickly as they fell. The enemy moved like whispers, never seen, always fatal. Morale shattered. Even Lord Valden, cloaked in invincibility, began to doubt. He drew his sword, not for glory, but survival. Survivors regrouped, just 200 of them now. Back to back, swords raised, shields bloodied. The valley gave no mercy. What they saw next shattered reason. Tall, cloaked figures with bone masks, moving like spirits, wielding weapons fused with obsidian. Not rebels, not tribesmen, something older, something ancient. Their eyes glowed faintly in the dusk. Valden charged, but his blade struck only air. One by one, the masked figures picked them off. No more cries, just silence and precision. The circle collapsed. Men broke ranks. That was the final mistake. The valley rewards chaos. As the formation scattered, each man was hunted in the shadows like prey. Screams were muffled by the wind. Only 6 remained, running blindly into the dark. The last 6 ran, not as soldiers, but as broken men. One fell into a pit. Another vanished mid-sentence, his scream cut short. Valden and 3 others made it to the narrow ridge, where they saw the truth. Atop the valley wall stood altars, ancient, pulsing faint red. A ritual? A curse? Their presence had awakened something. One soldier tried to destroy the altar. A flash of light consumed him. Valden, wounded, stumbled forward. "No more," he yelled into the darkness. The shadows paused, just for a moment. Then came a hiss, not from a creature, but from the very valley, as if it breathed. When scouts from the capital came weeks later, they found nothing. No bones, no armor, no signs of life, just dust and silence. The valley looked untouched, as if 10,000 men had never been there. Only one thing remained: Valden's helmet, resting on a rock at the edge, undamaged. Historians would argue. Locals would never go near it. Cartographers left the space blank. It is said the wind still carries whispers from the canyon floor, of footsteps, of distant screams, of war horns that echo through stone. Some call it superstition, but every army since has avoided the valley. And still, No man who enters ever returns. They say some battles never end. Some grounds drink blood, and remember, the valley that swallowed an army remains unmarked by time, but never forgotten. To this day, satellites show strange distortions over that land. No birds, no animals, and no one dares speak its real name. Was it ancient technology? A buried civilization? A curse from another world? One thing is certain, it's not empty, just waiting. Want more battles that history tried to bury? Subscribe to Timeless Legend now. Comment, would you survive the valley? Or to take you to? Like, share, and awaken the legend.